Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch along of Leeds United versus Cardiff City at the Cardiff City Stadium. Leeds United hoping to pick up 3 points on the back of an excellent FA Cup win away at Peterborough. We'll get through some of the comments first and then we'll talk about the lineup. So Liam B comes in as he usually does before the stream starts and says, "Hi Max, looking forward to a Leeds win. Leeds to win 2-0 against Cardiff today." I hope so. I really hope so. I hope we go on to keep another clean sheet. It'll be the third in a row if we were to, including that FA Cup win. We've got all the members in here as well. Hi to Karen, hi to CB, hi to Rob Bailey. Yes, so Karen saying, "Hi Max, going for a Leeds win 2-1. So yeah, also a win. Everybody pretty much saying that we're going to get 2 goals. CB saying afternoon, all 2-1 Leeds for me. Just seen Coventry beat Leicester 3-1. Yeah, which would be a fantastic result if they weren't about 28 points ahead of us. John Garside saying afternoon, all afternoon, John. Yeah, I've already said hi to everybody who is a member. Hi team, going with a 3-1 win tonight. Rob's saying that would be a fantastic result for Leeds to get a 3-1 win, but hopefully we keep another clean sheet. Another 3-0 as well would be nice. Goz61 saying hi all. Everybody just saying hi to each other as you lot always do. Adrock Xander saying 1:50 a.m. in Melbourne, whichever way you want to say it. Better be worth it. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. Like I say, hoping for a clean sheet and a good victory today. Welcome Penny Lane, welcome Ben, another member, another channel member. If you want to become a channel member, hit that join button down below and join our lovely growing group of channel members. Alison Adams, welcome to the chat. Jeff Bist, 2-2. Oh yeah, sorry, 2-2 was the home fixture, wasn't it? Yeah, Melbourne. 2-2 was the home fixture, wasn't it, where Cooper scored that header and got injured. I was at that one. Oh, John Garside has just become a Leeds Lately member. Really love that. Thank you so much, John, for becoming a member of the channel and joining our great group. You get priority access to replies on all the videos. You get your little badge to show that you're a channel member, and your contribution really helps towards keeping the channel alive, keeping the channel going. But S. Eel saying, "Hi Max and everyone, 2-0 to Leeds." Yeah, I'm hoping so. Jeff Biss saying my forecast 2-2. Oh, you're also expecting this game to be 2-2. The first person who's not said a win. I'm really hoping for a win today against Cardiff. Let's have a little look at the lineups then just before we get any closer to kickoff. So here we go. Clarkson comes out of goal even though he'd done well, but Melier returns from his ban. Gray, Rodon, Ampadu and Firpo start in defence, which is pretty much the defence from the FA Cup game, apart from Gray goes into right back instead of Shackleton. Then you've got Gruev and Kamara in midfield, which is a midfield that we've not really seen before. Hold on, we'll have to put that back up again. Here we go. Gruev and Kamara in midfield. Gruev impressed me in that game he played the other week, and I think he'll do well in there, but I'm not sure about not having a proper deep line holding midfielder in there, so it remains to be seen how that works. Then you've got James, Peru, Somerville and Bamford, and no Georginio in this game, so potentially, yeah, a little bit of a switch up in terms of the attack with Georginio not being in there, but hopefully he can contribute off the bench potentially today. John Carside saying, "Cheers Max, love your content, really appreciate that." Alison Adams, I'm going for 2-2 as well, or a 2-1 defeat. Ooh. Well, let's hope that you get proved wrong, and I know you're hoping you'll get proved wrong as well, Alison, and that Leeds will win. Be nice to see more Gruev. Yeah, it will actually, and I think, like I said, he did well. I can't remember who that was against. Was it against Coventry? Gavin Parry saying Coventry will be a danger to the playoff teams. Well, we've played them once, haven't we? So hopefully they can't do too much damage to us anymore. John Garsted saying 3-0 Leeds. That's what I'm hoping for. I thought Gruev had a great game against Coventry. So did I, yeah, and that's why I'm happy to see him in the lineup now, I think. There was a time where I was kind of worried that we'd spent a bit of money on him and not really seen him get enough game time, really. And it was like, oh, hold on a sec, does Farke not trust him because this is a player that Farke wanted to bring in? And obviously, eventually he's got his chance, and I think he took it, and I think he's now definitely a viable option, Gruev, and I've liked what I've seen of him, so hopefully he has another good game today. alongside Kamara in there. But like I said, something for me to pick out in that mid. I'll just get the team up again in that midfield lineup. There we go. Gruev and Kamara sat in there deep. Neither of them are the deep lying Ampadu player that you would kind of expect to see in there. Even an Archie Gray who would sit a bit deeper sometimes. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether we can actually have enough sort of stability and solidness in that holding midfield role. As I usually say, if you haven't, 1 second, just tighten my mic. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and you'll be able to talk in the comments down below with our lovely, lovely chat, because you can't chat unless you've subscribed. It's subscriber only mode so that we don't get people coming in here and giving us dogs abuse and stuff. And if they do, they have to subscribe, so I win. Mark Wood saying A up. Hi Mark. Calling in from Spain again. 2 midfielders in the back 4, ideal. James Tyree saying not confident we'll get a result today, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong too, as nicely as I can put that. I hope you're wrong. Afternoon Leeds app says Rute in behind Bamford. Have I done that wrong? Have I read the lineup wrong? Because if I have, then that's a bit annoying, because I oh yeah, I have. It's Peru that's on the bench. Nightmare. I can try and fix that as soon as possible. Let's try and do that now. Let's see how fast I can get that fixed. Quickly. Photoshop. That gives us a chance to talk about who's on the bench, actually, because we usually do that as well, don't we? So, subs bench. There you go. Here's a subs bench. Just to show you guys. Just hold that up for a minute. You should be able to see who's on the subs bench now. I was rushing to get my lineup out because I just got home and ended up kind of doing it wrong. Let's try and do this as quick as humanly possible. Remember as well, guys, that you can get 10% off classic football shirts if you use my link in the description and use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout. And it gives you 10% off, and there's loads of good Leeds shirts on there for you to pick from. So, yeah, I recommend going and checking that out. The club's team sheet shows Georginio. Yeah, it is Georginio. Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, John Garside also saying don't mention the score until I react to it. Because I won't have seen it, and that will be annoying because I like to actually see the goal without having to fake a reaction. Let's just get the game on. Still says Match Day Live coming up on LUTV, so Firpo is starting at left back yet. Premiere Pro. Yeah, still, it's 1 minute to 3, and it's not up yet, the game. So that's kind of weird. Hopefully it starts soon. To be fair, I might check Cardiff's channel. Yeah, the players are out on the pitch on Cardiff's one, so I'll just go on that for now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this lineup, you know. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know that it's Georginio, and every time I put the lineup up, I'll just mention that it's Georginio. Yeah, CB saying anyone not liked, please do so to help Max. Yeah, if you can hit that like button, that would really, really help me out. Just going to have to turn up the volume slightly in my headphones, and then we should be just about ready to go. Ben saying he's got his Leeds socks and pants on. Too much info, don't care. No, Alison, I have slow mode turned on purpose. I can slightly... There you go. I've changed slow mode to 7 seconds rather than 15 seconds. So by the time you've typed a message, you should be able to type a new one in. It's just to stop people constantly spamming. Do you know when people come in from other teams and they just spam, oh, Cardiff are the best, Cardiff are the best, Cardiff are the best, and they'll just send it over and over again. It just stops people being able to do that. I've left slow mode on, but it's just 7 seconds now rather than 15 seconds. Bamford obviously comes back into the team after scoring that absolute corker against Peterborough. So hopefully he has another good game, because he had a good game against Birmingham City as well. Yes, we are about to kick off. It's not quite happened on my visual radio yet, but it is about to. There we go. We are underway at the Cardiff City Stadium as the ball goes back to the Cardiff City defence, and they send a long ball forward that's tackled by Joe Rodon. But then Cardiff managed to actually retain possession there and go back to the midfield. Ball all the way back to the defence again, and Cardiff now have possession at the back. See that Ayling is in the Middlesbrough starting 11, but as a left back, is he? What's the lineup? Just got in and haven't seen it. So unfortunately, I made a mistake, and it's Georginio, not Peru, but everything else is right. So it's Georginio, not Peru. Ball back with the Cardiff City goalkeeper now as he goes out to the right back. Comes forward, the Turkish defender, but his ball into midfield, cut out by Gruev, and now Firpo into Georginio. Georginio just misses the ball there, and Cardiff are able to get the ball back, but Somerville tackles them, and it's going to be a throw-in. Is that Jeff Hendrick? Or is it just somebody with very similar hair? It's not. It's just somebody with very similar hair. To be honest, we don't get that many people talking in the chat to need a moderator yet, but at some point, if we grow even more, then I will think about it. But at the moment, I can just do it myself. When someone's being a knob, I just literally just hide them from the channel or something, and it just stops them being able to do it. Ball with Joe Rodon. Should we maybe start calling him Joden? Joe Rodon and Ampadu, the two Welsh boys in the central of the defence today. He's Ampadu. Ball into Somerville. Somerville, clever little touch, and find some space to then pass the ball back to Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon coming towards the halfway line now, and it gives the ball out to the right back position for Archie Gray. Archie Gray with the ball down the line to Dan James. Dan James with the chance to cross, but his cross has been saved out for what I think could be a corner kick to Leeds. It wasn't excellent, really. It was a good bit of play, but Dan James's cross left a lot to be desired, but there wasn't anybody in the box. Well, there was actually. Bamford was making a run in, but Dan James is... Oh, no, it's blocked. My mistake. Dan James had his cross, deflected by a defender, and Leeds now have a corner through Crescencio Somerville. Somerville with the ball into the box to Ampadu, and Ampadu blazes it over the bar. Leeds player did fall over then inside the box, but I think it was just a little bit of a fall there. S. Eel saying the Cardiff fans are seething at Dan James. Yeah, I think there's also Joe Rodon used to play for Swansea as well, didn't he? So there'll be him as well, who probably gets a few boos when he gets the ball. To be fair, Joe Rodon's the only one who actually has a Welsh accent. Dan James is from Hull, and Ethan Ampadu's from Exeter, isn't he? Anik now in the Cardiff City goal, sends the ball up and over the halfway line and headed away by Ampadu. Ampadu with the ball down the line, but it goes just out of play, and Cardiff City can come and take the throw-in with the right back, Perry and G. Or is he Ung or Ng or what? Dan James been playing well this season. I'm telling you, I'm so pleased with that call that I had at the start of the season saying that Dan James was going to be class this season. I said he was going to be player of the season, and maybe he's not player of the season, but his goal and assist tally is up there with our team, and I think he's doing fantastically well, so I'm claiming that one. Bamford tried to take a little flick on the ball there, and he got a kick, and Leeds now win a free kick. Ball underway again here, and Joe Rodon plays the ball out wide to Dan James. Dan James now looking for an option and gives the ball inside to Georginio, who goes out to help him. Nice little feat from Georginio, goes past a couple of players and still has the ball. Now goes past another player, and now Georginio tries to get the ball into the box, and apparently the ball had just ran out of play before he crossed it, but what excellent feat that was from Georginio Rutter there, just what we like to see. Ung is pronounced Ung. Don't spell the last name. It's like calling... I know but it's two letters that doesn't really... I know it's Ung if it's the Eastern Asian name, but I don't know if it is for him. Ball goes out for a Leeds throw-in. How amazing Coventry stuffed Leicester 3-1. Oh, Adrock Alexander is saying, I'm an Ung myself. Oh, that's a coincidence. Thanks. I believe you now. Bamford with a nice little touch, but he can't get on the right side of the midfielder rolls, I think it is, and they can carry on playing here. Ball back to the defence. Afternoon, Mark. Welcome. Isn't it Vietnamese? Hence pronounced Ung. Gutas, that's his name. The defender that came in from the Turkish league. Here's Ampadu to Kamara, who's dropped into the left-back role so that Firpo can take up a higher position. Gives the ball across to Rodon, and now Rodon can drive forward a little bit. Turns back on himself, though, and goes to Kruev in the centre circle, who pops it back to Rodon. I'm feeling more confident with Rutter at 10 and a striker at 9. It does seem right, doesn't it? It seems a bit better. Here is Bamford actually battling away and managing to play the ball back to Joe Rodon. Does well there, Bamford. Ryan Tune saying, hi Ryan, welcome to the chat. Kamara with the ball out to the left-hand side. Firpo here. Then back to Kamara. Here's Gruev. And Kamara. Back to Firpo. Back to Kamara again in the left-back position. He's going to go across to Ampadu now, who's playing left centre-back again today, just like he did in the FA Cup. Across to his national teammate, Joe Rodon, and then back to Ampadu. Ampadu to Kamara. Kamara to Firpo. Firpo tries to play ball down the line. It's cut out by Ung, but it goes back to Ampadu. Now all the way back to Meslier, who's getting his first game since he pushed that... what's he called? Sunjic? Since he pushed the... I think he's Albanian, the striker for Preston, in the face. Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Seems to give us more space generally. Ball over the top there for Dan James, but doesn't quite come off, and it goes all the way through to Anik in the Cardiff City goal. Rutter is the number 10, should have been played there earlier. Yeah, and I also think he should have played Peru there earlier. Oh, Bamford nearly nicks the ball off the defender after a mistake there, but Cardiff managed to play their way out of trouble. Leeds win the ball back, though. Here's a header from Gruev all the way back to Ampadu, and then a ball into Kamara, and Leeds have possession again. Kamara outside to Archie Gray, but Archie Gray is going to have to come back and go to Rodon again. Rodon to Gruev. Gruev with the ball to Ampadu. Ampadu to Rodon. Kamara. Kamara looking for a pass and gives it to Dan James. And a nice little pass around the corners cut out, but now Georginio gets it. Lovely turn and gives it to Firpo on the left-hand side. Firpo takes up a central position and gives it to Gruev. Gruev with a nice ball into Bamford. Bamford tries to flick it around the corner, but Perryung is going to get there and he's going to manage to clear that out of touch. Didn't take a deflection off Georgie, so it's going to be a Leeds throw in. Here's Somerville. Somerville with a little back heel, but it's only gone as far as the Jeff Hendrick lookalike. Goes up to the halfway line, where Rodon can now pick it up. Rodon to Gruev. Now Gray. Back to Rodon. Kamara to Rodon, then across to Ampadu. Kamara. All the way back to Rodon. Ampadu. Goes all the way back to Meslier now. Then out to Gruev. Inside to Rodon through the centre. Comes into the centre circle and plays a chipped ball down the line to Firpo. Firpo takes a good touch. Ball down the outside for Somerville. Somerville into the box. Tries to flick it over to the back toast, but it's gone over everyone. I think it did took a deflection though, so... Oh, apparently not. It's going to be a throw into Cardiff City. Good play there from Leeds, though, and a little bit better in terms of the way we're able to move the ball there. Rodon with the ball out to the left-hand side for Firpo, who played the underlapped ball for Somerville, and Somerville couldn't quite get his cross right, but Cardiff now have a throw-in in the left-back position after that move from Leeds. Yeah, too much on the cross, I agree, yeah. Here's Somerville. Somerville, inside. Plays the ball back to the halfway line for Ampadu. Then Ampadu to Kamara. Kamara drops it back off to Ampadu and then out to Firpo. Leeds being forced back a little bit here by the Cardiff City press. John Shaw's saying I really don't mind Firpo at this level. I think he's been okay in the last couple of weeks he's come in. I think he's done a good job in there, and he's obviously got himself a couple of assists. Played well defensively and attacking wise. I think he's actually been fine. It's just whether he can stay fit and whether he fully knows what his role is, but I think he's getting better at that. Ball down the line from Ampadu. Bamford's in on goal here. Bamford's coming towards the box. He's taken a touch wide. He's played it across the goal. It's saved by the goalkeeper, and it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. It should be a corner kick because the goalkeeper saved it. Bamford really should have taken that touch inside there, but he touched it way too far outside. I'm sure the goalkeeper got a touch on that. Good ball from Ampadu with his left foot over the top for Bamford. Bamford got in behind, had his shot, and I'm sure it was saved. It's going to be a goal kick, though, to Anik. He's sending his two centre-backs up. Bamford disappointed that he didn't win himself a corner there. That was a really pretty... I'm guessing that says ball to Bamford. For some reason, YouTube decides it's a good idea to hide your text behind. Oh, yeah, it was a really good pass from Ampadu, wasn't it? Crossman. It was like a really good outside... the left foot curled around the defence just in front of Bamford, ready for him to take it on in his path. It was a really good pass. And we've seen him do that a couple of times now. And actually, it seems to be a move that works better when Ampadu has Bamford to aim for. Fark with another really attacking team, says Leeds Alfie, but hey, last time we had an attacking team like this, we had Bamford scoring a rocket in the FA Cup. Yeah, true. So let's hope he gets another one like that, which you just can't imagine. The lineup, I would put it on the screen, but it makes my actual video stutter. But the attacking lineup is... Oh, Firpo does well. Now Georginio into Somerville. Somerville trying to get away in the box. Somerville still in the box, trying to get the ball across. Gets it across. Here's Bamford. Bamford scores again! 1-0 to Leeds. Bamford's on a streak. Woo! There is Patrick Bamford again in the right place at the right time. Drops for him. He's lying down on the floor and the ball drops in front of him, and all he has to do is just kick it up, kick it in the back of the net. First off, Firpo went down the line, managed to go past a good couple of players there, then came inside. Georginio played a ball to Somerville in the box. Somerville did so well to get away from 3 players and pass it across. The ball nearly dropped to Firpo, and it dropped right for Bamford, who was already lying down. And then, yeah, the real Slim Shady, can you please lie down? That was terrible, sorry. He puts it in the back of the net, and it is 1-0 to Leeds United away at Cardiff after 13 minutes. So who was it? There was somebody who was asking me, Scally Whiskey was asking me what the forward line looked like. It looked like Somerville on the left, Dan James on the right, Bamford up top, and Georginio in behind them. You've got a midfield of Kamara and Gruev, and the back four is Firpo, Ampadu, Rodon, and Archie Gray, with Meslier in goal. Yeah, I don't even know how to get rid of that love heart. I don't know what it is. It just means that you can click it and react or something. Sorry, let's get back to the game. Ball on the left-hand side for Cardiff now with the left back. Ball played down the line, but cut out that well there by Rodon. He's actually kept the ball in play with his clearance, and Bamford takes a little shoulder, and it's going to go out for a throw in there. Bamford winning the fans over. I mean, any player will win the fans over if they score goals, and that's what he's there to do. So. Here is Gutas bringing the ball out from the back to Ung in the right back position. Somerville tackles him, but the ball still goes back to him. Now Georginio takes it off him, and Bamford's through on goal in the box. Bamford just can't quite get there in front of the keeper. Really, really unlucky there from Leeds, who put the pressure on Ung at right back, got the ball off him, and nearly got in on goal. Somerville and Georginio harrying him, and then the ball to Bamford just couldn't quite get there. Bamford, no, I genuinely, Rob, I just don't think he was fast enough to get to it. I don't think it was too hard for him. Good little cut out there by Gruev, but the ball goes back to Cardiff, and then Gruev cuts it out again. Nice from Gruev. I'm liking what I see from outside of the foot pass from Georginio to Somerville. Pokes it back to Kamara now. Kamara can spread the play with a chipped ball out to Gray on the right-hand side on the halfway line. Goes back to Rodon. Now Ampadu. Back to Ilya Gruev in the midfield, the Bulgarian. Across to the Finnish Kamara, and then back to the Welsh Ampadu. Let's just do everybody's nationalities. Here's Gruev again. Back to Ampadu. Across to Rodon. Rodon to Gruev. Excellent ball from Georginio out to the left-hand side for Firpo. Firpo's touch lets him down, but he's still able to get there. He was in that much space. Here's Kamara again. Rob's saying I like what Firpo's doing on the left. Yeah, he gets involved in a lot of the attacks, doesn't he? Kamara with a nice little ball into Somerville. Now back to Firpo again. Firpo to Gruev. Leeds Alfie saying lineup for... Oh, yeah, that's the lineup. Here's Gruev. Back to Rodon. Leeds fans currently singing the Ampadu song. Cross to Kamara. Now Firpo on the left. Goes back to Kamara again. Kamara's probably going to have to go back to Ethan Ampadu or to Meslier here, but it doesn't give it back to Gruev, who gives the ball straight to the Cardiff City striker, and then Gruev has to go and try and win that ball back. Cardiff still have the ball here. Leeds are going to have to try and win this back, but they are doing well at forcing them away from the Leeds goal, and Georginio comes in and wins that ball. Dan James then wins the second ball. Dan James with a nice pass into Bamford, who can't quite get there ahead of the sliding tackle of the Cardiff City midfielder. West Brom are beating Blackburn 1-0. That's not good news for us because West Brom are also on our tails. Ball back with Gutas. Little pass to the midfield and then back to him again and then back across to the other centre-back. Here's Rawls in the midfield. Goes out to Perry. Oh, no, it's not. It's the other one. The other defender. Ball out on the right wing now with Jeff Hendrick lookalike. Ball across the box and then Rodon clears it away from Mellier's gloves, who Meslier was about to just pick that up with very much ease. Does that make sense? Something like that anyway. Ball out to the left-hand side now for Cardiff. Cardiff having a little bit of sustained possession now, but Archie Gray gets a foot there and makes it a throw into to Cardiff City. Just waiting to take this throw in now. Ball with the left back for Cardiff City. Out in our right back position, if you will. Ball goes backwards here to the centre back. then rolls, and then back to the centre-backs again. Nice little turn by the Cardiff City midfielder, but then he eventually ends up going back to Gutas, who plays the ball out to the right wing. Nice ball down the line, a little 1-2, and the Cardiff City winger is able to get the ball in the box, but Ampadu clears his cross away, and now Bamford can try and hold the ball up here. Bamford ends up being shoved out of play there in the end, and it's going to be a throw into Cardiff City just outside the technical areas of the two managers. Oh, bad little touch there from the Cardiff player, but they were able to pick it up anyway. Now Gutas. Got 183 people in here, and we've only got 72 likes, so let's try and smash that like total up to 100. Georginio manages to come back inside. Here is Georginio. Gets the ball to Somerville. Somerville in the box. His touch lets him down. In the end, it's a good save by Anik, but Somerville really should be doing better with that chance. His touch got away from him there. Georginio with excellent feet managed to come through, play the ball into Somerville, who was free in the box, and his touch, if it had taken a touch with his left foot instead of the outside of his right foot, he would have easily been able to curl that past the goalkeeper then, or had a better chance to shoot. And you don't get many chances that easy in the Championship, so you've got to make the most of them, and Leeds certainly didn't there, so Somerville needs to work on that. Here is Somerville with the corner. Corner comes in towards the penalty spot, headed away only as far as Kamara, who can take his time here and give the ball back to Archie Gray on the halfway line. Archie Gray's going to have to go all the way back to Meslier as he was under a little bit of pressure there. Here is Meslier, the French goalkeeper, making his return to the Leeds starting 11 today after that 3-match ban. Ampadu. Rodon. Back to Meslier. Here's Ampadu again. Leeds fans singing Marching On Together. Here's Meslier. Back out again to Rodon. See on the bottom of the picture, Bamford's constantly making that run. Here's Archie Gray down the right-hand side. He's managed to get past his defender, and he's going to try and get the ball in the box. Here he does get the ball in, and it's apparently a goal kick as Archie Gray just tried to get the ball across there, but it's just gone out of play. Here is Cardiff City playing the ball out from the back now. Ball down the line from the left back, but it's cut out there by Archie Gray. Inside to Georginio. Georginio slide tackled there, and Cardiff come away with the ball. Ball all the way back to Anik in the Cardiff goal now. Gutas. Loose touch, and Somerville nearly gets there, but the ball goes out to Bowles on the right-hand side. Oh, Firpo makes a tackle there, but it's Bowler. That's what he's called, Bowler. I know his name now. The Jeff Hendrick lookalike. He's called Bowler. 80% of our midfielders on the pitch. Bamford just tried to head it back to Georginio there, but ended up just heading it straight into touch and giving the ball away for a Cardiff City throw-in now. Perry Ung kicks the ball up the pitch to the halfway line. Joe Rodon wins the header, but it comes back off the back of the head of the striker, and then Firpo can come in and clear that one. Kamara tried to get the ball there, but the referee got in his way, and now Gruev fouled him. Now it's a Tete coming forward. Ball out wide to Bowler. Bowler up against Firpo, looking to get the ball in the box. Does get the ball towards the back post, headed away well there by Joe Rodon. He had to get there, otherwise you were sure it was going to be a goal. Really, really good defending there from Joe Rodon. It's a really good defensive header that from Joe Rodon, because if he doesn't get there, that's a surefire goal. So really, really well done from him. It's going to be a corner, though, to Cardiff City. They're doing a bit of the love train corner routine here, a bit like what England do. Ball comes out. It comes to the edge of the box. It's shot and sliced way into the stands, and all the Leeds fans mockingly celebrate. From Carlin Grant. Yeah, just completely sliced that shot, Grant. Any transfer news? Nothing at the moment. I know that we're keen on Connor Roberts. We're keen on Nico Williams, but I don't think there's any chance we're going to get him. And there's a few others that have been touted. Chris Mepham from Bournemouth. David Brooks from Bournemouth. I've done videos on those two. And I think there's a few others here and there. Josh Doig has made a permanent move to Marseille, so that one's not going to go anywhere. And yeah, we're whirling with Fabio Carvalho, but he's gone to Hull City. So at the moment, we're a little bit dry for transfer news. Here's Dan James with the ball into Bamford. Bamford's through on goal. Bamford shoots straight at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's saved it. Anik, and they're able to clear there. Bamford really should have put that one away. Bamford really, really should have put that one away. He was through on goal, one-on-one with the goalkeeper there. Really good ball from Dan James, and that would have been another Dan James assist as well. The keeper didn't really have to do much. He just spread himself, and Bamford hit it straight at him, to be honest. At least Bamford tried to use his right foot, to be fair. But in that situation, I probably would have used, if I was left-footed, I probably would have used my left foot to bend it round him. Opened up your body. Or, think he came quite far out, so just get your foot under the ball and lift it over him. I know it's easier said than done, but for a professional striker who's played for England, shouldn't be too difficult. But we have had a few chances like that, so let's hope we get one more and be able to put it away. Here's Dan James with a lovely turn, and he's taken out, but Leeds can carry on here. Georginio with a lovely pass out to the left-hand side. Firpo now makes his way into the box. Here's Somerville in the box, and the ball is cleared by Cardiff City. Dan James wins the second header, though, but a ball goes straight to a Cardiff player, and then they can clear it. Only up as far as Bowler, who's now going past Kamara, but Leeds, through Firpo and Kamara, have won the ball back, and eventually Ampadu gives it back to Meslier. Here's Gruev. Out to Kamara, who's almost in the left-back position at the moment with Firpo a little bit higher up. Millwall 1-0 up against Middlesbrough through Joe Bryan. Here's Gruev. Back to Kamara. Across to Ampadu, and then he's going to use Rodon, I feel, here. And does in the end. Dan James, back to Rodon. Back to Ampadu. I could be commentating on Wales right now, couldn't I? Here's Gruev. You can see that players are recognising what Gruev's good at because they start to make runs when he picks up the ball as if he's got that in his locker to play those long passes, and we saw that he did that against Coventry. Nice ball from Kamara, but Georginio wasn't quite on the same wavelength to take the ball with him. Here's Dan James chasing down the fullback, and Gutas gives the ball back to Anik. Dan James still chasing him down, forcing him into sending it long. And now Archie Gray wins the header. Ball spins backwards, and Cardiff managed to retain possession. Ball over the top for Atete. Meslier is able to control that with his head and then volley it out of play. Meslier, I think he came out and thought, oh God, what's happened here? And luckily, Atete, who tried to flick it over him, only flicked it right onto Mellier's head. Meslier just headed it to himself and volleyed it out of play, but that was a close one there. Meslier nearly caught in no man's land. Here is Meslier back in his goal now. Ball across the box, and it's going to be a Cardiff City corner after that one was deflected off Archie Gray. I think it was from Joe Rolls, and he goes over to take the corner himself. Oh, it was Joe Rodon, actually, who came in and blocked that. So, Joe Rolls stands over this corner kick then, ready to put the ball in the box. Ball comes in. Headed across the box by Gutas, but to Bowler on the other side, who's a really good crosser of the ball. He's got Carlin Grant in support. Bowler goes himself, and Archie Gray this time it is, who deflects that one out for another Cardiff City corner. Good defending there from Leeds, but again, giving away a corner. Not something we like to see. Corner about to come in then. Corner come in towards the penalty spot, headed away by Bamford this time. Then Somerville heads it away. Headed back by Grant, but now Bowler picks it up. Shot from Carlin Grant this time from way, way out, and it's sliced into the stand again. Better than the last one, but still nowhere near the goal. Here's Meslier. Kamara. Back to Meslier. Out to Rodon. Rodon carries the ball forwards here. Nice little pass into Somerville. Somerville loses out though, and now they can come forward through Perry and G or Ung out on the right hand side. Ball chipped towards the back post and caught there by Meslier. The Cardiff City commentator just called him Perry and G. Maybe that's just like a British people pronouncing their own names wrong when it comes from other heritages. Here's Bamford, holds it up in the box. Bamford can't quite hold it, and it's given away there. Now Bowler going past Firpo, looking for an option though, and have to go back to the right back again. Kamara though takes the ball off him, Leeds with the chance to break here. Kamara plays the ball into Somerville in the box. Somerville with a chance to shoot, poked in. Dan James scores. Dan James scores at the back post. Dan James has scored again for Leeds, and it is now 2-0 before half-time. Really, really good positioning from two of our players, Dan James and Bamford for the first one, where the ball just dropped to them in the right place at the right time in an open goal, and they're able to put the ball in the back of the net. And who better to score against Cardiff than ex-Swansea City man, Dan James. We just need Joe Rodon to score now to rub the salt in the wounds. Yeah, Somerville did really well. Kamara did really well, actually, just to play that nice little reverse pass into Somerville. Somerville just poked it across, went straight to Dan James, and Dan James is able to score. There's a lot of shouts for offside there, but let's have a look. No, Dan James is onside there. He comes past the players from an onside position. Lovely. Lovely. 2-0 before half-time. You love to see it. Rob Bailey saying, how good is Kamara? It's hard to believe that Rangers let him leave. Yeah, but I think he had a period like this for Rangers where he was really, really good and went off the boil, and that's why they didn't want him anymore. But so far, I've been very, very happy with him and very impressed with him. I think he's an excellent championship midfielder and probably a level above that. Dan the man again. Here's Atete. Drops it off to the midfielders, and now Rolls plays it out wide to the left back. He's able to come into the box, and Dan James is able to stand there and stop him taking that shot. Apparently it's a corner. I don't think it came off Dan James, but it is going to be a corner kick to Cardiff City again. Let's have another look at this. So the left back came in to have a shot, and I think he does take a deflection off Dan James, actually. So, yeah, I take that back. Got another chance to take a corner here through Joe Rolls. Ball comes in now. Headed by Gutas over the bar, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick there. I tell you what, Cardiff have got some absolute lumps in their team, but they don't seem to be that good from set pieces. Like, he won the header there, Gutas, but there was no way he was ever going to score from that distance. It's like a header from behind the penalty spot. Here's Meslier. West Brom 3-0 up now. Oh, God. Or do you mean 2 up? Because it says just come up saying that it's been 2, so through that Thomas Asante. Great scoreline so far, absolutely. This is what you need. Oh, yeah, it's just come up again saying 3-0 now. Still got 10 minutes to go until, well, more than 10 minutes till half-time. So if you can get another one, then you're absolutely buzzing, aren't you? It's perfect. Here's a Tete dropping the ball off, but Bamford picks it up. Nice little reverse pass to Kamara, who gives it to Georginio. Georginio just loses out, though. And now the ball chipped forward towards Grant, but headed away there by Rodon. Right place, right time again from Rodon. And then a good little bit of interplay from Leeds. Here's Gruev. He's going to tap it back to Meslier. Meslier takes his time and plays it out to Rodon. Rodon into Kamara, all the way back to Rodon again. Now Ampadu. Forward to Crescencio Somerville. Somerville to Ampadu. Ampadu to Rodon. Back to Kamara. To Gruev. To Kamara again. Your win today doesn't do anything for our league position, does it? We don't go third or anything. I think we're still 6 points behind, aren't we? Let's have a look at the table. Bamford's in the box here. Bamford's brought down. Leeds shouting for a penalty and nothing given. Gutas tripped over Bamford in the box there and apparently nothing's been given. Here's Kamara. To Archie Gray. Rodon to Kamara. Out to Gray. If Bamford ever gets a chance for a penalty again, maybe he should take it lying down, Crossman says. Yeah, probably would do better. Bang it in the top corner from lying down. Love this lineup, by the way. Yeah, it seems to be working, doesn't it, with Bamford as leading the line. I think that makes a difference. Here's Rodon. Back to Gruev. Gruev with a long ball out to Junior Firpo here. Junior Firpo heads it into the box to Bamford. Bamford to shoot! And it's been deflected. Oh, it was offside anyway. Apparently it was offside anyway. Really good ball from Gruev out to Firpo. Firpo heads it across lovely to Bamford, and Bamford just slots it wide, but apparently it was offside anyway. It's a long ball forward from Gruev. I think the offside must have been from Firpo to Bamford, but Bamford should have been finishing that chance. Here's Somerville. Loses out. But Gruev wins the ball. And now Somerville. Oh, foul on Perry Ung. Southampton 1-0 up and in second place. My prediction, I think, is going to come true, to be honest. My prediction that Leeds finish fourth, Ipswich finished third, Southampton finished second, and Leicester finished top, and that Leeds go up through the playoffs by beating Ipswich in the final. That's my prediction. Bamford is terribly wasteful in front of goal. He is, but I don't think if we had other strikers on the pitch, such as Georginio playing up front, sometimes those chances won't even happen because Bamford's got a striker's movement. Bamford knows exactly what runs to make, and he ends up getting himself into positions that other players wouldn't even get themselves into. So he has to create those chances to be able to miss them. And obviously he's scored one of them that was an open goal. So here's Archie Gray now just waiting to take this throw in. Takes it down the line for Bamford to head it, but it goes straight over the top of Bamford and Cardiff can pick up the ball in defence. Here's Gutas. Perryton goes all the way back to Joe Anik in the goal. Sent it up to the halfway line. Won by Ampadu. Now Bamford into Kamara. Kamara carries it forward. Looking for options here. Kamara's still with the ball. Then to Gruev. Nice little pass to Dan James. Dan James touches it. Gives it to Somerville, who can't quite take it with him. Here's Bowler taken off him. And now Somerville's going to get there ahead of the defender here. And he's going to have to do something with it. And he does. He just puts it into touch for a Leeds throw-in the end. Byram, who's been warming up, gives that to Firpo to take quickly. Now Gruev. Who's Firpo, who's... Bowler went flying in at Firpo then. And it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Here's Kamara. Dan James drops it off to Rodon in the centre circle and then Ampadu. Now Kamara. Archie Gray with a nice little touch. He's got Bamford outside him. Gives it to Bamford. Bamford's for some reason on the right wing. Now Georginio. Georginio tries to play a ball towards the back post for Somerville, but it doesn't go over anyone. It's headed away. Here's Rodon across to Ampadu. Back to Rodon. Ampadu. Georginio. Somerville. Back to Gruev. Across to Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon can carry it now into the opposition half. Nice little ball into Bamford, but it's taken away. And then Gruev can play a lovely little chipped pass out to Archie Gray on the right-hand side. Ball back to Kamara. Now Dan James. Kamara again. Firpo. Good pass to Gruev. Now Archie Gray. Here's Dan James. Dan James with a little flick inside to Georginio. Georginio shoots! Good save there by the goalkeeper after a little turn and snapshot by Georginio. Excellent play from Leeds. And it's going to be a corner kick to Leeds United. Georginio just turned and just sped up really quickly to have that shot, then blasted it, and the goalkeeper saved it down to his left, and it's going to be a Leeds corner coming from that. Somerville stands over this one, puts the ball into the box towards the penalty spot, headed away, only as far as Dan James, who can play it back out wide to Somerville. Somerville with a chance to put the ball in the box if he can. Somerville puts it in, cleared away again by Cardiff City. As far as Dan James, who heads it down the line for Somerville. Leeds pick up the ball again through Firpo. And then Dan James. Nice little flick around the corner from Somerville, but it's taken away. Now Georginio with a lovely touch on the edge of the box. Here is Georginio. Goes into the box there. Tries to go past his players. It's cleared away. But only back into the box again, and they're making a mess of it here, Cardiff. And it's going to be a Cardiff City throw-in the end. Tell you what, my first video of the transfer window, I did a scout report saying this would be the perfect number 10 for Leeds United. He's called Manuel Fuster, and he plays for Albacete in the Segunda Division in Spain. And I had a note because I followed him on SofaScore. I had a little notification saying that he's starting today's game. He scored within the first 6 minutes. So I'm telling you guys, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was a penalty. Little break in play now for Joe Rolls to come off and Wintle to get the captaincy. And let's see who's coming on. To be fair, they probably did us a favour by not giving us a penalty because Bamford probably would have tried to take it. So it looks like Colwill will be coming on. Not Levi Colwill. A different one. Here is Cardiff City right back, getting ready to take this this throw in. He's just going to give the ball to Gutas, who's going to give it all the way back to Anik. He's going to clear it up to the halfway line. Good touch by Atete. Here's Bowler. Gives it back to Perrying. And then Wintle. Now back to the defenders for Cardiff. Here's Wintle again, who's now got the captaincy. Back to the defenders again, and then into the midfield to Colwill, who's just come on. Here's Gutas. Cross to his partner. 3 minutes added on for this first half then, guys. I'll just put it on there. 3 minutes added on. Here's Bowler. Tries to play it out to the left wing, but now Leeds can break here through Dan James. He's had to turn back on himself, though, because it was good defending from Cardiff. Now Joe Rodon. All the way back to Meslier, who's probably going to have to send this one, but doesn't. Plays it to Ampadu. Ampadu into Kamara. Kamara's got somebody coming, but then gives the ball to Gruev, and then Gruev back to Meslier again. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu again. Tries to play a ball into, well, kind of halfway between Georginio and Bamford, and wasn't very good in the end from Ampadu, but he makes his way back to his position whilst Kamara now has the ball. Now Georginio. Georginio can't quite keep hold of the ball there. And Leeds are forcing them back, and Bamford's tackled the defender there. Now Somerville. Somerville keeps hold of the ball there. Goes past a couple of Cardiff players and then completely wiped out by the Cardiff City right back there, Perry Ung, and he's going to get a yellow card for that. I think it's just out of pure frustration that from him, which is not great. Looks like Firpo's going to be the one to take this free kick. Firpo, one arm up, getting ready to put the ball into the box. Bamford trying to play on the last man. He's currently stood in an offside position. Gutas is actually manhandling Kamara, grabbing him and trying to throw him around, which is not great because all Kamara's doing is trying to get a good position. Firpo with a good ball towards the back post. Rodon brings it down, but then cleared away by Cardiff City there. 30 seconds to go then of this half-time. Firpo, the free kick master. It's a really good ball, actually, from Firpo. Rodon tried to bring it down for somebody else from Leeds to put it in the back of the net, but nobody could get the telling touch in the end, and it was cleared away. Actually, by the bloke who gave away the free kick. It's Archie Gray taking the throw-in. Throws it inside to Bamford. Now Kamara. Back to Stan James on the back of the head. And that is going to be half-time here. Let's turn off that. I'm just going to go for a very, very short break. and I shall be back after that. But get your comments in at half-time. Talk about Ryan saying Gruev was unreal first half. Talk about players that you enjoyed, thought were good, anything that you'd like to change, any substitutes you'd like to see, anything like that. Get it all in the comments down below, and we'll talk about it as soon as I get back. But I'll be back in just a minute or so. Hi, we're back. I'm impressed with Gruev, to be honest. Yeah, I think Gruev's really sort of coming into his own and looking like a good option to have in there if we do lose out on an Ampadu, a Kamara, a Gray or whatever. If one of them gets injured, seems like a player I would trust to play that role in that holding midfield spot. He's tenacious. He's strong in the tackle. He wins the ball back. He's got long, gangly legs that he uses to win the ball back off people, hooking the ball away from them. He's got good passing range. He's got good short passing. I think he's very, very good. Alison Adams saying Gruev and Firpo having good games. Yeah, Firpo I also thought was really good coming forward. All the time, trying to be positive, trying to be involved in the attack. I think Kamara's been really good when he's been winning the ball back, especially for his shot creating action or goal creating action for Dan James's goal, where he won the ball back, tackled him, came forward with it, played a nice little reverse pass into Somerville, which then obviously Somerville then set up Dan James. So really, really good from them. Paul Wilson saying if Bamford could rebuild his self-confidence and self-belief, then he could become unstoppable, hopefully. Yeah, he can be a very good championship striker, Patrick Bamford, and I think he just needs to get his confidence up. But 3 goals in 3 games, including an absolute wonder goal, can't do any harm, can it, really? So, yeah, really, really. Obviously, he's been missing a lot of chances, but he's still scored 3 in 3 and Leeds are 2-0 up, so it's not the end of the world. But Tricky Boy saying, how old is Bamford now? I'm pretty sure he's 30, 31. Bamford age 30. Yeah, got it right. 5th of September 1993. He's the same age as my brother, but a few months older than him. Yeah, Bamford's 30 now, so he's still got good 4 or 5 years in him. We're definitely set in the midfield and forward line. We just have to improve the defence. I think when Strout comes back in and you've got Strauch at left centre-back, Rodon at right centre-back, and you've got Byram at left-back, you just need to be able to bring in somebody as a right-back to play in there. And I think that really then completes that defensive unit. He still missed loads of chances in Premier League and scored 17. Exactly, and as long as we're creating loads of chances, I should be able to score them. Tricky Boy saying 30 cool. He still has a few more years in him at least. Absolutely. Rob Bailey saying I'd like to play Maker up front, help us break teams down. Maker? What do you mean? Oh my God! I just completely read that wrong. I don't know. I'd like to play. I'd like a playmaker. Not I'd like to play Maker. I'd like a playmaker up front to help us break teams down. Yeah, well, that's what my videos have been over the last couple of weeks. Let me just have a look, see which ones I did. So I've done a video on Manu Fuster, who's actually scored today for Albacete in the Segunda Division. He's a left midfielder who drifts inside and plays in that number 10 role actually in game, and a lot of the time he does drift inside and he gets a lot of goals and a lot of assists. So he's a good option there, and he would be very cheap. Then you've got David Brooks from Bournemouth, who kind of needs a chance for his career to be relit, if you will, after obviously his diagnosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma that he's managed to overcome and come back in again. So hopefully for him, a championship move would be really good for him. And then my most recent video is called "The Wonder Kid Who Could Save Leeds this Season," and that is about Usam Sarawi, who is a Norwegian number 10/right winger who's currently playing for Heerenveen in the Dutch league. Originally coming from Vålerenga in the Norwegian league, and he's 22 years old, and he looks to be a really, really good player. So keep an eye out on. I mean, obviously Leeds haven't actually been linked, but in terms of the video, go and check those out, because I've certainly offered some options that could really be that playmaker. Still miss loads of. John Garside saying I feel old now as my daughter is 32 this May. Chewy Backer saying I hate the realisation that my youngest is a year older than Bamford. Clive T saying born when we won the title, John Garside saying my ex was going into labour and we're at the civic reception at Leeds in 92. Clive T saying no centre-back on the bench. There's obviously a massive fallout with Cresswell and the situation needs sorting out. Yeah, I'd love to know what's going on there, because I'd love him to be able to play. Seems like it might have been a relationship that's gone sour now. Urban Spaceman saying shame that Bamford is so poor, can't score and can't play, should be binned. Oh, wait. Are you being sarcastic because he is scoring and that's what everybody used to say about him? Or see, the thing is, there's a line. Okay, so some people go too far. Let's talk about this. Some people go too far with their criticisms of players. Some people say, oh, Bamford, get rid of him, he's the worst player of all time, we all hate him. And yeah, that's wrong. But there is also a line where someone can say Bamford doesn't take enough of his chances. He's not been playing well. He's injury prone. And you can have those criticisms about him and then still go, he's really good when he's back in the team, which is where I stand on it, is that I've said that I think he creates chances that other people don't create. I think he makes chances that other people don't create. I think he takes some chances that other people wouldn't take. Look at the goal against Peterborough. He's capable of doing things like that, like his goals against Aston Villa and Leicester in the Premier League and stuff, where he's just scored from like outside the box. But yeah, he can be very poor as well in terms of making chances. Sometimes when he has an off day, he's awful. And so I do think that you have a right to criticise, as long as it's not personal, as long as it's just about how they're playing in the actual game and how they're playing week to week. You can criticise, but then you can also praise as well. So I get what you're saying, because some people completely disregard a player forever and just say they're the worst thing ever. But I think most people recognise that sometimes somebody can be bad and sometimes somebody can be good. Gennaro Gattuso summed it up perfectly when he said, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. And that sums up what we're talking about here. Misses chances, yes, but brings more to the game. And Piru is, yes, getting a rest. We're a different team and a lot better when we start than when we played Cardiff at Elland Road at the start of the season. Absolutely, we are, yeah. And we're really looking at this now. It's annoying that we didn't pick up those points, isn't it? Those extra points. I don't like the way he ran him down. Warnock got stick for criticising Leeds every week. For criticising Leeds for giving away a penalty, but he played him every week and talked him up. Rob Bailey saying Bamford is a player who creates for the team through his play. Strikers are usually judged by finishing, but if Bamford could finish, he'd be world class and playing at a top 6 club. Yeah, because his movement and his ability to create space for other players, his hold-up play, all those things is really, really good. So I think it's something that he offers that other players potentially wouldn't actually offer and wouldn't be creating. And yeah, he's on form. He's scoring goals, like CB says. He's on form. He's scoring goals. Let's just hope it continues for as long as humanly possible, because at the moment he seems to be in fine fettle. He does seem to be playing very, very well. Southampton keep winning, now second. Yeah, they are. Let's have a look at their little league table. Championship. Yeah, they go level on points with Ipswich and having played a game more, Southampton, but they do go second, and that puts Ipswich into third. And obviously, Leeds... what's good is that even though West Brom are winning 3-0, Leeds are still 6 points ahead of West Brom. So if we can keep that gap and just have it, if we can all pull away from West Brom and then just have it a fight between us, Ipswich and Southampton for that second place spot, we're not that far behind now. If Ipswich lose, we're 4 points off the pace. That's not that bad anymore, is it? The distance has gone down. Yeah, so at the moment we're 4 points off second, so that's not the end of the world, you know. I don't know where that gap closed from, but for some reason it has, and now I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a chance of coming second now. I thought we were kind of off it, but yeah. Rob Bailey saying, that said, he missed some howlers last year, which could have changed our fortunes. Remember the miss against Leicester? Yeah, there's a YouTube short on my channel. It says the moment that Patrick Bamford missed that chance, and I just go, and I just couldn't believe it. But let's talk about positive things. We're 4 points off the pace now of getting that second spot. So, John Crawford, it's on LUTV, but not in this country. Ipswich have drawn too many. Yeah. New Year top 2 wobblers on. Yeah, I mean, I think even Leicester could lose the next 3 games and still not be caught. If everybody else won their next 3 games. So, yeah, Leicester are away, I think. Leicester have nailed it and they've won the league. However, that second spot is very much up for grabs now. Between Leeds, Southampton and Ipswich, it's very, very much up for grabs. And if we can get it, then it just takes all the stress out of the whole situation, doesn't it? Robin Capsick saying if we hadn't had a dodgy start, we'd have been right in the mix. Yeah, but then we had to have a dodgy start. I get what you're saying, but we kind of had to have a dodgy start because we just changed ownership, and that was never going to be a smooth process. You got a new manager in who didn't have as much time to talk to the players and get his signings in and all that sort of stuff. There was so much up in the air at that point when we started this season that it was always going to be difficult for us to start the season, and so I think that was always going to happen. And Farker warned that was going to happen as well. John Garcia saying, "Forget the ones above us. We just need to keep winning and let's see." Yeah, that is true. True enough. That's all we can do is just keep winning our games and just hope that other teams drop points. And we also had players refusing to play. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. I'm not. Well, maybe. I'm not sure about the best striker in the league, but I think he can be up there when he's on his day in terms of championship strikers. Bamford, I think he can certainly be up there. He's in the conversation, let's say. Rob Bailey saying Southampton are a run from 13 from 15, whilst we have had a poor run of 7 from 15. They will slip up because you cannot maintain that momentum. You need to put in brackets. Wait, let's just put a little correction on that statement, Rob. So after it all, unless you Leicester. There you go, Rob. Put that in the end of your statement. Southampton are on a run of 13 from 15. While we have had a poor run of 7 from 15, they will slip up because you cannot maintain that momentum. And then I said, unless you're Leicester, because somehow they can. Let's get an early third and then rest Bamford, etc. Well, I think the thing is Peru's getting a rest, so maybe Bamford should stay on. I don't know. Redemption Metagame is saying the problem games are the draws against Wednesday and Rotherham. Wins there, get us even with Southampton. Yeah, but you can always say those things, can't you? You can always have that bit of doubt or that bit of questioning. But now we've just got to deal with what we've got. We're about to kick off with the second half, though, here, so get ready, everyone. I think it looks like Southampton. Cardiff have made some substitutions. They've brought on Mate and somebody else who I didn't quite see. AFCON was always going to impact Leicester. Yeah, that starts soon, doesn't it? Second place battle could be our playoff game versus Southampton in the last game. Oh, God, that would be awful, wouldn't it? Oh, it's Rinomota that's come on as well. Oh, let me just get the second half ready. There we are, underway here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Ball with Joe Rodon now at the back, just as he passes that one to Ethan Ampadu and then back to Glenn Kamara. Back to Ampadu, across to Rodon, and Leeds start again with that familiar pattern of looking for a chance to play through the midfield with the defence. Here is Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu to Somerville. Here is Ampadu again. Ball taken away, though. And now Gruev into Somerville. Somerville drops it off to Kamara in the left-back position. Here is Gruev with the chance to play a long ball forward. He does. He plays a raking ball out to the right-hand side for Dan James. It's an excellent pass. And now Dan James with the chance to face up against the left-back and get the ball in the box. The ball does go in the box. It's cleared, though. And then Gruev heads it back towards goal. And then Georginio is going to be offside there. And that's going to be a free kick for Cardiff City. But Leeds already trying to create something early on. Martin Cook saying, yo, Max, I had butterflies about this one. Got recurring nightmares about Cardiff away in the past, hoping for a comprehensive redemption. Yes, absolutely. And it seems like we're well on track to do that. And the way we're playing, you can see us going and getting a third goal. And hopefully we do that to try and kill the game off. Here's Rinomota, though. Back to McGuinness. Nice little pass down the line to the left back here. He's got Grant running inside. Gives it to Grant, but Joe Rodon takes the ball away, but it only goes as far as straight back to Rinomota. Here's Archie Gray. Nearly dispossessed, but Ampadu's going to come and absolutely thump that up the pitch towards Bamford. And Bamford can challenge with McGuinness here, and Bamford nearly wins the ball, but McGuinness comes away with it. Poke down the line to Grant, but now Gruev. Now Rodon. Here's Georginio, the chance to run forward here. Plays the ball to Somerville. Somerville drops it back off to Kamara. Kamara's got Firpo outside if he needs him, but goes to Somerville and gets a little 1-2. Now Kamara with a nice little turn and then gives the ball to Gruev. Rodon's there and gives it to him. Here's Joe Rodon. Ball to Ampadu. Ampadu with a nice ball into Bamford's feet. Now Bamford looking for a chance to play somebody else in behind, but there's nobody making a run, so he has to go back to Rodon. Rodon does well to go past the player there and then give the ball out to Bamford. Bamford tries to play it down the line to Firpo, but his pass is cut out. And now Bowler can play the ball forward to Mate. Ball taken away by Ampadu, though, and now Kamara gets the ball back. Firpo. Back to Ampadu. Here's Joe Rodon. Rob saying these games suit Firpo as he has less defensive pressure on him. Yeah, when we're playing against teams who are less attacking, shall we say, it suits Firpo down to the ground. And maybe Byron can come in those games where we're playing against somebody who's a little bit more offensive against us. CB is saying smash the like button if you haven't already. Here's Kamara. Cross to Ilya Gruev. Gruev looking for an option here, but turns back on himself and gives the ball to Kamara again. Kamara with the man on his back, but manages to get the ball out wide, and it's cut out there, but Kamara actually wins the ball back. Here's Gruev on the halfway line. Knocks it back to Rodon. Rodon comes into the centre circle and over the halfway line looking for a pass. Plays a lovely ball out to the left-hand side for Junior Firpo. Junior Firpo now with a chance to cross the ball if he can. Up against the right back here for Cardiff City. Ball across the box. Here's Bamford in the box, holding it up for Somerville. Somerville shoots just past the post. Really good play there. Good hold-up play from Bamford, and Somerville's shot just doesn't quite find the bottom corner that it was hoping to. Really, really good ball dropped off from Bamford there, because Bamford had his back to goal and it was the only thing he could really do was drop it off, and Somerville just couldn't quite find the bottom corner. Firpo can really pick a pass, yeah. I think he's been doing well in those attacking positions since he's been back from his injuries. Here's Anik now for Cardiff City taking the goal kick up towards the halfway line. Header won by Rodon there, but the ball pops out to Colwill. He now drops the ball off to Gutas at the back. Goes out wide to Bowler now. Firpo tries to close him down. Ball goes backwards to Perry and G again. And then the ball back to Gutas. Back to Anik in the goal. Anik chips the ball up to Mate in the attack, and then Ampadu with a really good tackle there. Here's McGuinness. Now Mate again. Ball out wide. Now Rinamota. Dan James making McGuinness go back to his goalkeeper here, and Bamford joining in with the press, but Anik goes long with it. Ampadu touches it down with his chest. Here's Ampadu. Now Somerville. Firpo. Ampadu. Cross to Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon turns and now looks for an option ahead of him. Here's Ampadu. Passes it out to the right back position. Archie Gray with it. Goes back to Rodon again. Lee's just being patient now. Half an hour to go then of this game. Wait. Not half an hour, 40 minutes, sorry. It's been a very slow 6 minutes. Here's Joe Rodon. Now Georginio looking for an option. Runs over the halfway line. Takes on one man and then passes it over to Somerville. Somerville to Georginio again. Georginio tries to play a little poked pass through to Dan James, but it's cut out and cleared away, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in just in front of the halfway line on the Cardiff side. Firpo throws it back across the halfway line to Ampadu, and Leeds can try and start again from the back here. Ryan saying Gruev and Kamara are a great partnership. Yeah, I agree. I think they're working well in there together. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu drops it off to Joe Rodon. Now Somerville. Here is Somerville. Goes past his man. Really good there. And then tries to play the ball out wide for Dan James, but it's cut out there. Really good bit of play by Somerville, but the ball cut out. And now Carlin Grant is on the counter-attack here, going down the left-hand side. Ilya Gruev is tracking him, trying to stop him being able to get the ball in the box. Gruev does really well defending there and actually wins the ball off him and takes it away. And now Gruev with it again. Back to Kamara. To Joe Rodon. Kamara again. We've got an embarrassment of riches in midfield, haven't we? Because at the start of the season, you'd be going, oh, there's no way that anybody else can come into this midfield now because Ampadu and Gray are playing so well in there. And now we're playing with our second set of midfielders, Kamara and Gruev, and they're playing just as well. And it's really nice to see that we've got those options there. We've got really, really good midfield options. Roden and Ampadu are going all right as well. Yeah, they are. And I think a lot of that will be down to the communication and stuff that they've got from knowing each other so well, knowing where each other is going to be from playing together in the national team. Ampadu back to Meslier. Meslier goes across to Joe Roden, to Ampadu. Back to Meslier again. Little chipped ball forward there from Meslier up to Firpo. Good touch from Firpo on his chest, and now Firpo can carry it. Gives the ball to Somerville, but it's taken away. But Bamford might be able to get there. McGuinness has not done very well with his clearance. Ball drops to Georginio on the edge. Bamford now, and then to Kamara. Gruev, and Leeds maintain possession there. Really bad clearance from McGuinness. It went straight up in the air, and Leeds now have possession again. Ball with Ampadu. All the way back to Meslier. Stephen Dickinson saying I'd be happier at 3. Absolutely. Somerville back to Ampadu. Oh, tries to play a ball forward to Bamford. Here's Somerville. Now Firpo. Firpo comes across the centre circle. Gives it to Archie Gray. Archie Gray chips a ball over the top to Dan James. Dan James with a chance to cross the ball in. Crosses it towards the back post, and Somerville can't quite get there. And I think he's actually going to go for a Leeds throw-in right next to the corner flag. Oh, come on, Leeds. Let's get another, eh? What did I say at the start? Hoping for a 3-0. Oh, look, the Rising Sun Whites is on the screen now. Somebody said that was their mate. I can see the Rising Sun Whites. I can see the flag. Here's Firpo. Firpo again. Here's Georginio. Loses out, and now Gruev. If you want to DM me on Twitter, Lockbones Music, then that would be great. Here's Georginio. Somerville shoots. Slice over the bar in the end. Couldn't quite keep it down. Needed to get his head over it. But again, a good move from Leeds. People hate the truth. Bolton game has been postponed due to a death. Has it? Bloody hell, that's awful. Ball with Gutas now. Anik. The ball forward. Good play there from Mate. Gets it to the left back. Charging down the line now. Does really well, but in the end, Gruev is able to take the ball away. Now Georginio with a nice pass into Dan James. Leeds can potentially come forward here. Goal to Rodon. Now to Archie Gray. Archie Gray, if he can get past Carlin Grant, has a clear run at getting the ball in the box here. Here's Archie Gray. Chips it towards the back post where Bamford was waiting for it, and Gutas heads it away. Only as far as Gruev, who heads it back to Dan James. Flicks it back across to Archie Gray again. Archie Gray into Georginio. Georginio with a lovely little turn, but in the end it goes out of play. Unlucky there not to get through. Ball's just out of play at the moment. I think the ref blown his whistle. Yeah, match abandoned at Bolton. Cardiac arrest of a fan. Bloody hell. I'm genuinely surprised that that's not happened at Leeds games, because honestly, the amount of times that we leave it to the last minute to win, or to and those moments where you go crazy. I'm surprised it's not happened more. Here's Anik. Clips a ball forward to the halfway line. Archie Gray. Doing really well there, Archie Gray. Still going down the line here. Gives the ball back to Dan James. Good play from Gray there. Now Kamara. Dan James. Archie Gray. Lovely ball into the box for Dan James. Chips it. Oh, it hits the bar. Dan James did so well with that little lifted finish, and it hits the bar. Lovely pass from Archie Gray, and then a tiny little chip. Well, actually, it was a really lofted chip over the goalkeeper from Dan James, and it just hit the top of the crossbar. Here's Gutas playing it out wide. Here's Bowler, fouled there by Firpo. It's going to be a free kick to Cardiff just inside their own half. Fans on the pitch at Reading protesting. What, because they've cancelled the game? Here's McGuinness. Across to Gutas. Now into Colwill. Back to Colwill again down the right-hand side, and he's pulled back there by Gruev. It's going to be another free kick. Now they're protesting the owners. Ah, right. Gruev going to be booked soon. Yeah, we haven't really got any midfielders to bring on, have we? Because they're all on the pitch. Bad ball from Carlin Grant there. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Oh, yeah, JB's on loan. He's only. Is this his first game, JB playing for Plymouth? Here's Georginio now. Georginio plays a long ball over towards Somerville. Somerville chasing down the Cardiff City right back, Perry and G. He's got... I hate him, that guy. He's got a handful of Somerville's shirt, and he's going, oh, get off me, when he's the one holding Somerville's shirt. Little scumbag. Here's Gutas. It doesn't really matter about JB being cup-tied or not. If he's on loan, he won't be able to play against us no matter what the competition. I'm pretty sure. Here's McGuinness. And now Grant. Long ball over to towards Bowler, but it's gone all the way out for a Leeds United goal kick. 30 minutes to go there then, and Leeds haven't quite got their third goal that they were wanting yet, but the chances have been opening themselves up, so hopefully at some point soon Leeds put it in the back of the net and we can all calm down a little bit. Here's Meslier. Ball out to Ampadu. Ampadu sends that one long with his left foot over the head of Gutas, who heads it to his left back. And then out to the right-hand side. Chipped ball up towards Meite. Rodon's going to beat him in that foot race, but Meite uses his body well and goes past him, but Firpo does really well to defend that and ends up not quite even put... Oh, no, he does put the ball out in the end. It's going to be a throw-in now to Cardiff City. Taking his time over this throw-in because there's not really any options. Now with Meite, taken away by Kamara, but inside the box is Wintle, and he blazes it way past the bottom post. Oh no, it's Colwill. Yeah, I think he might have just pulled up a little bit there, Colwill. When he shot, he had a really awkward angle on it, and yeah, he might have just jarred a muscle or something. Seems to be in a lot of pain, and I think he may have to go off. So at the moment, we're just paused for this injury. Still waiting for the game to restart here, just for now. It's just showing some replays of the goals, just as we're waiting for Colwill to get some medical attention. Looks like he is standing up now. He may be carrying on here. Mellier's getting ready to take his goal kick now. Takes it to Ampadu. Ampadu now bringing the ball into the midfield. Now Firpo, back to Ampadu. They've had 6 shots, but none on target. Here's Rodon. Back to Georginio. Back to Rodon again. Now Ampadu. Across to Kamara. Thanks, Liam. Really appreciate that, mate. Now Firpo. Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Ampadu to Meslier. Meslier has to use his right foot and send that one up just over the halfway line. Dan James does so well to keep that ball in there. And now Archie Gray battles to keep the ball, and he does. Here's Patrick Bamford now. Gives it to Kamara. Kamara over the halfway line. He goes forward with a little reverse pass to Junior Firpo. Back to Kamara again. Nice little sharp touch. Makes him go forward here. Now Somerville with a chance to run towards the box. Somerville on the edge tries to get the ball into Bamford's feet, but can't quite. But the ball is going to go back to Rodon, who gives it to Archie Gray on the right-hand side. Archie Gray goes past Carlin Grant with a chance to get the ball into the box now. Gray gets it a ball across, and it's cleared there by McGuinness at the front post, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, Bamford's passing really slowed down that move there, didn't it? He needs to just be a bit sharper on some of those moments. He's Gray. Ready to take this throw in. Archie Gray's 18 now, by the way. Ball into the box from Gray. Here's Kamara. Gives it back to Georginio. Georginio curls the ball into the box, but it's cleared away. And now Bowler with a chance to break here. They've got a break on. Ball with Colwill. Colwill looking for an option. He shoots from distance and just fires it into the stand. Terrible. Just what you want. Oh, he's 18 in March. Oh, maybe Brinlaw was just chatting wet then. Colwill just sends it way over the bar. Thought Cardiff away would have been a really tough game for us, to be honest. Yeah, it seemed like it would have been, didn't it? But not panned out that way, really. Here's Meslier. Ball out to Ampadu, and Ampadu can carry it forward here. Uses his left foot to play the ball inside to Somerville, who comes over the halfway line now, looking for options. Drops it off to Firpo. Gives it back to Ampadu. Ampadu to Gruev. Ampadu. Gruev. Somerville. Back to Kamara. Kamara comes forward now to Georginio. Georginio with a first-time ping over the top to Firpo that drops perfectly in front of him. Now Firpo goes to put it in the box, but it's cleared away, and it's going to be a... What is that going to be? A Leeds goal? Cardiff goal kick. I know what you're saying, Penny, but 18 isn't a kid. It's an adult by law. I think Anik is just getting ready to take his goal kick now. Ball out to the left back here and then goes back to McGuinness again. McGuinness is going to have to make a decision here. Goes to Carlin Grant, who's then also going to have to go back to the goalkeeper, I think. Bamford chasing down the goalkeeper, and he's able to clear with ease up to the halfway line. Ampadu clears that one up and heads it all the way back to Meslier, who can, if he wants to, pick it up. Ampadu, Meslier. Meslier across to Ampadu again. Ampadu back to Meslier. Just playing a game on their own, them two, apart from now. Mellier's cleared that one up to the halfway line. It was headed back and straight to Ampadu. Now Georginio tries to flick the ball over, but it's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. Firpo to take it. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. I'm only joking, Penny. Here's Ampadu. Across to Rodon. Rodon back into Ampadu. Ampadu, his pass is cut out there and then Georginio's tripped up, but it's just play on there. Here's Wintle. Back to Grant. Has to go all the way back to the goalkeeper here, Anik. And he's going to have to send that one up. And it's going to go all the way through to Joe Rodon, who can easily just pick that up and give the ball to Ilya Gruev. Gruev out to Gray in the right back position. Gray goes to Rodon. Rodon across to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu out to Firpo. Firpo on the halfway line gives it to Somerville. Now Gruev. Back to Somerville again. Somerville, I think, is going to have to go back to Ampadu. Does. Ampadu. Across to Ethan Kamara. Glenn Kamara. Back to Ampadu again. Here's Rodon. Ampadu. Rodon. Ampadu. Here is Ampadu now coming over the halfway line looking for an option. Pokes the ball down the line for Firpo, but it doesn't get there. And now Wintle has the ball in the Cardiff midfield. Taken off him by Bamford, though. Leeds with the chance to break here. Now Dan James drops it off for Bamford. Bamford looking for a pass here. Gives it to Kamara and then makes a run back in towards the box again. Here's Archie Gray out on the right-hand side. Kamara. Kamara looking for an option as he runs towards the box. Nice little 1-2 with Georginio. Plays the ball out wide to Somerville. Somerville coming inside the box now. Somerville looking for a chance to shoot. Drops it off to Georginio on the edge. Georginio blazes it into the stand. And it's going to be a goal kick to Cardiff there. Georginio just needs to learn to get his head over the ball. He just needs to learn to lean over the ball when he's striking those chances. Gap between fourth, third and second closing tighter every week now. Could have a tiny chance of automatics if we keep this up. Absolutely. That's just what we were saying earlier in the stream, that we're only 4 points off the pace now. If Ipswich don't win their game that they have in hand on us and Southampton, then there's a good chance that us or Southampton can catch them very soon. Obviously, Southampton are on the same points as them at the moment, but obviously if Ipswich win, then they make that gap bigger. Now Kamara. Ampadu. Ampadu chips the ball over the top for Firpo. Firpo's trying to get the head of Gutas, and Gutas is just going to clear that one. And it's actually Bolo in the end who takes the touch to put it out. Penny Lane saying, let's get one more goal. Absolutely, I'd love to score another goal because at the moment we kind of have stepped off the we've stepped off the pace a little bit. Reading game now abandoned. Bloody hell. What was I going to say then? Yeah, we've stepped off the pace a little bit like what we've done in a lot of games this season to try and preserve a little bit of energy and stuff. But Leeds need to get another goal to really settle things down. And here's Georginio inside the box, tries to flick the ball into Bamford's path, and it doesn't quite go to him. And now Rinomhota can come away with it. He's got Grant ahead of him on the left-hand side. Kamara falls over behind him, and then Gruev with a really, really good tackle. Gruev's going to get a yellow card for that tackle, even though I think it was the way he did it. It was 2 feet up, but it was a really good tackle for me. But maybe I'm old beyond my years. You did get the ball, but you just can't tackle like that anymore. Don't worry about the others. All we need to do is keep winning. Yeah. So, Leeds have got a free kick to defend now. Wintle stands over it. Rutter needs his shotting boots on. Well, those are the ones that he does his Sambuca and his Jaeger bombs and stuff from when he wears his shotting boots. Timmy Lee saying for Hoffenheim, Rutter was great at shooting. Liam B saying time for substitutes. Yeah, I'd like to see 1 or 2 come on. I don't know who Cardiff just brought on a substitute, but I don't know who it is. Wintle stands over this free kick then. He's got the Cardiff City left back next to him, but doesn't use him. He chips it towards the back post for McGuinness to try and head back across, and Rodon is able to clear that one. I think that's going to be a corner. Can't tell whether it's going to... I think it actually might be a throw-in, you know. Yeah, it is. It's a throw-in. Throw-in taken then. Looking for an option to try and get the ball in the box. Here's Colwill looking to try and get it in. Got Gruev hounding him here. Ball goes all the way back to the halfway line nearly, and then comes back in again. Wintle puts the ball in towards the back post, headed away by Joe Rodon there, and Archie Gray is going to try and get there and can't quite make it, so it's going to be a throw into Cardiff City again. God, these lights are bright. Perhaps I should have had them on a little bit less bright today. Here's Wintle. Ball back to the left back and then inside to McGuinness. McGuinness with a long ball outside to the right flank, but Firpo wins the header. Now Somerville leads with the chance to break then as Somerville's running at his man. He's got Kamara ahead of him, but he can't quite find the pass to Kamara, and now Colwill comes away with it, running forward towards the Leeds goal. He's got a chance to cross the ball in here, headed away by Ampadu, but straight back to Colwill, who tries to get it back across the box, and then Rodon wins the header, and then Dan James heads it away even further, and now McGuinness gives the ball back out to Perry and G at right back. Kerry Williams saying, please make some substitutions. Ball into the penalty area was caught then by Meslier from Rinomhota. Meslier screaming, I think, there at Gruev. Let's have a look at what happened there. Yeah, Gruev should have maybe blocked that. Terrible pass, though, by Rinomhota, but yeah, it should have been a lot more difficult for him to get his pass in. Yeah, we need to make some substitutions at some point soon, just to keep things fresh, I think. Here's Ampadu coming forward now. Ball into Bamford. Bamford tries to flick it around the corner, and it's actually going to put Georginio through on goal here. Georginio shoots, chipped over the goalkeeper, and it's just over the bar. Wow, that came from absolutely nothing there. That came from absolutely nothing, and it's going to be a Leeds corner. Nice little flick around the corner from Bamford, but it actually just hit the Cardiff defender, and then Georginio tried to chip it over the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper had to push it over the bar for a corner in the end. But really, really good play there from Leeds, just to create something out of nothing. Corner then from Somerville, 2 arms up. In towards the back post, across the penalty area, and now Georginio, he's the ball taken away from him, and then Dan James fires it over the bar. Georginio claiming to be injured here. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, I didn't even know it was a penalty. I thought Dan James had just blazed it over the bar and it was a goal kick. It's a penalty. Oh, well, I'll take a penalty. I mean, if it's Bamford, maybe not, but... Well, we've slowed down a bit and we needed a penalty, so... Here, Georginio is about to shoot. Oh, yeah, that is a penalty. He's about to shoot and he just gets completely knocked over. Yeah, by the way, nobody put anything about the penalty in the chat. In fact, just to mitigate the risk altogether, I'm just going to... it's going to be Somerville to take it, but I'm just going to minimise the chat just so that I can't see what anybody's putting at any point. Because I know somebody might put something, so I'm just going to watch the penalty. Somerville then steps up to take the penalty. The whistle goes. Somerville comes forward to take the penalty, and he hits the outside of the post, and it goes wide. Bloody hell. How can we not score penalties? How can we not score penalties? Somerville just steps up, tries to put it in the bottom corner, hits the bottom of the post, and just bounces all the way out to the wide right position. Just bloody hell. Just score them. Oh, Dan James is offside there just as he was breaking and able to put the ball across for Somerville. Crossman 52 saying hopefully our playoff run doesn't come down to penalties. We are doomed if so. Well, it might not even be playoffs, to be honest. It might not even be playoffs because we're 4 points off second at the moment. So, I mean, it's not a massive gap to claw back, is it? Here's Colwill. Now Gutas. Tackled there by Bamford and Somerville. Oh, bollocks, ref. I'm sorry, but there's no way that's a foul. Gutas just got tangled up in his own legs. Gutas got tangled up in his own legs then. There's no way that that was a foul. Here's McGuinness. Collins tries to play that down the line. And Archie Gray is there to block that one. Sorry, Dan James is. Crossman 52 saying let's definitely get the automatic, but we need to be consistent and adapt to the teams that don't suit our aggressive attack. Absolutely, yeah. It could be 7 points this evening. You're right, but let's imagine that Southampton are going to Ipswich are going to draw or lose. Let's just hope so. Here's Grant being chased there by Archie Gray. And now Wintle. Georginio trying to close him down. Ball out to the left-hand side with Rinomota now. Out to Collins, the left-back, high up. Tries to chip a ball into the box. Headed backwards by Mete into the box, but then Leeds are able to clear through Firpo and Kamara. Here is Firpo. Tries to play a ball down the line. It's deflected, but it's still going to get towards Bamford by Gutas. Now Gutas handballed it there. Certainly that was a handball. It's either a handball or a throw-in. Shame Strauch wasn't on the pitch. Yeah. I think Firpo's just gone to ask for a substitution here. It's a free kick to Leeds. Ampadu then getting ready to take this one. I think he's going to take it long. Put it up towards the box. He does. He chips it up towards Georginio and Bamford, but headed away by Gutas, the one who gave away the foul. Here's Kamara. Heads it down to Gruev. Gruev turns nicely, and now Georginio. Oh no, Georginio doesn't take it. Here's Dan James. Back to Gruev. Nice ball out to Archie Gray. Archie Gray has Bamford at the back post. He tries to put it in the box. It's cleared by Gutas as far as Dan James on the edge of the box. Here is Dan James. Up against Collins. Nutmegs him and then gets wiped out. Ref! Do they not understand what a body check is? Do they not understand? Dan James has just put the ball through Collins' legs, went round to get it and just got completely blocked off. Do they not understand the rules of the game? Oh, God, stuff like that really frustrates me. Really annoying. Here's Gutas. Across to McGuinness. McGuinness to Rinomota. Now, McGuinness again. Out to Grant. 4-0 to Southampton. Here's Colwill. Gives the ball back to Wintle. Down the line to Collins. Here's Grant and back to Wintle again. All the way across to Gutas. Ball down the line here. But Somerville wins it back. Does really well there. Now Firpo. Firpo ball back down the line for Somerville. Somerville tries to knock it past Gutas. It's tackled out and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in just inside the Leeds half. Called obstruction in my days. Yeah, it's the same thing. A body check is just getting your body in the way and stopping him going through, but obstruction can also be like lying on top of the ball so that somebody can't kick it out from underneath you. So obstruction applies to more different things. Sam Byram's coming on. Sam Byram's coming on for Junior Firpo, who looks to have picked up an impact injury, a bit of a knock or something. Stephen Dickinson saying I would have put the house on him scoring. I would be homeless now. Here is Sam Byram then with his first touches of the ball, this game being a throw-in. Throws it in. Gutas heads it away. And then Rinomota tries to clear that one and it hits Georginio right in the face from point-blank range. Firpo picks up a knock and is out for 8 weeks. A win today, but frustrating. Could have been so much more. We've not won yet. Don't curse us. Yeah, the ball came to Rinomota there and he just hit it straight into Georginio's face from point-blank range. I can tell you, that does not feel good. Until the game's been stopped because it's a head injury. Always makes me laugh how they always go to see if they're bleeding when they're never bleeding. It's very rare that they're bleeding. And if you are bleeding, you know about it because you can feel the blood running down your face. Our last home game versus Southampton, goal difference could be important as we miss several chances. Gary Loader, I could be a ref. Leeds would win every game I'm in charge. Trouble is, couldn't run the length of the pitch. When I played amateur football, there was a referee, I won't name him, but he was well known for not being able to run the length of the pitch. So the joke was that he never left the centre circle. He just went to the closest point within the centre circle to where the play was being played. I think Georginio's crying. Got a slap right in the face there. Looks like Joel Piroux is coming on though. And Anthony. Another ex-Swansea player as well to play against Cardiff. Here's McGuinness. And Grant. Across to Wintle. I thought Carlin Grant was a striker. He seems to have been playing like a midfield role this game. Here's Rinomota. Plays it out to Wintle. And now Colwill. Colwill does well to turn past Somerville there, but he does seem to have flicked out an arm and hit Somerville in the face. Here's Colwill still. Gives it to Ng. And now back inside from Cardiff City, and now Carlin Grant on the edge of the box looking for a chance to shoot. Drops it off, and now they're coming back inside. Shoots, and deflected by Ethan Ampadu and blocked away from goal. Good defending there from Leeds. Tanner it was, the substitute that's come on. No wonder I didn't know who it was. Good defending there from Ethan Ampadu. Cardiff trying to put the ball in the box, but it's blocked by Georginio, and now Georginio can clear as far as Dan James here. Dan James, if he can get there, Oh my God, Dan James is in. Dan James is in on goal here. The ball just popped up. And now he plays the ball across to Somerville. Somerville's been taken wide, but he's still got a chance to give it to Bamford. Lets it go to Georginio. Georginio to shoot. Goal! Georginio gets his goal after so long. The ball comes to him on the edge of the box, and he's able to blast it into the bottom corner. 3-0 to Leeds. Just as I predicted before a ball was kicked, we'd have 3-3-0s in a row. Excellent finish in the end. And by the way, how lovely is that little leave from Bamford, just letting it go through his legs, because he knew, he had the awareness to know that he was behind him. So Dan James tries to get it on the halfway line. Two Cardiff players ran into each other, and Dan James is just in on goal. Plays the ball across to Somerville. Somerville looks for an option, gives it to Bamford. Bamford just lets it go to Georginio. Georginio takes a touch and bangs it in the bottom corner. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. We love to see that. 3-0 to Leeds. Game over. Done and dusted. Improvement on our goal difference. Another assist for Somerville. And a goal for Georginio. Excellent stuff. Did my mic distort then when I shouted goal? Somebody let me know. And Georginio is now substituted, I think. Or is it him? Oh, nice. I thought it would have gone because the levels went like dead high. Oh, now Peru. Peru, Anthony, and Nonto are all going to come on. So, number 10 comes off. Patrick... Wait, hold on. Patrick Bamford's not the number 10. It's Somerville. Anyway, Bamford's coming off after his goal for Joel Peru. So, Joel Peru comes on for Patrick Bamford. Somerville comes off and Jaden Anthony comes on. And now Nonto comes on for... Who's Nonto coming on for? I'm guessing it's going to be Dan James. Four minutes added on, by the way. Italy 90 vibes on the commentary. He's Colwell. Ball back to Perry and G. And then all the way back to Anik in the goal. Ball clipped up to the halfway line. Here's Kamara with it. Oh no, Byron with it. Gives it back to Joe Roden. Now Archie Gray. Here's Gruev. Back to Gray. Into Georginio with a nice little touch. Here's Georginio now. Plays the ball into Joel Peru. Peru back out wide to Dan James. Dan James looking for a chance to get it in the box. Curls it towards the back post. Headed away. Only as far as Jaden Anthony, who can pick that up and give it back to Byron. Byron back to Kamara. Kamara to Georginio. Back to Kamara. Kamara to Georginio. And then Georginio into Sam Byram. Sam Byram with great feet there. Back out to Anthony on the right, on the left-hand side. Anthony now tries to go past his man, but the ball's taken off him in the end. And here's Tanner. Oh, it's actually Colwell, I think. And he's been fouled, and it's going to be a free kick in the right-back position for Cardiff City. Shout out again to Archie Gray. Yeah, he's been really, really good. Biggest thing you can say for him is that he hasn't looked out of place again. He just looks like he is a fully fledged professional footballer with years of experience. Looks like Kamara's going to be coming off now. Shackleton and Nonto are both going to come on, actually. So Shackleton comes on into the midfield and Nonto comes on for Dan James on the right wing. I think that's all 5 of Leeds United's substitutions made now. Time has gone off, but we are 92, 29, 30, 31, 33. So we've got about a minute and a half to go. Here's Nonto. Ball into Piru. Now Jaden Anthony. Plays the ball out wide to Archie Gray. Archie Gray just about to come over the halfway line, but doesn't. Goes backwards instead towards Rodon. Then Ampadu. Ampadu to Melier. Melier back to Ampadu. Ampadu back to Melier. Melier back to Ampadu. Now Ampadu can come forward. Gives it to Sam Byram. Sorry, that's not Sam Byram. That's Ilya Gruev. And now Georginio. Georginio looking for an option here. Georginio still carrying it, and he's got to play that pass. Oh, he's so unlucky. The ball nearly goes to Joel Piru. Now Archie Gray. Into Wilfred Nonto. Nonto into Gruev. There's still a Cardiff player down here. Dropping like flies, the Cardiff players. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, really appreciate your kind words about the commentary. Tanner, I think. I don't know what happened to him, but... I'm pretty sure he just took a big knock to his shin, but that's what happens when you don't wear proper shin pads. 5 seconds then left, but obviously there'll be a little bit added on because it's a minimum of 4 minutes. Here's Ethan Ampadu. Clips the ball forward to Georginio, who tries to do a little back heel flick. Now Gruev. Gray. Joe Rodon. Ampadu. Melier. Back to Joe Rodon. And there the final whistle goes. 3-0 victory for Leeds United. Excellent result, excellent performance, excellent goals. Leeds win 3-0. And Leeds certainly back on track with their form now. That's 3 games, 3-0 victories, 3 goals from Bamford. And Dan James and Georginio get their goals as well. So that's nice to see as well. Leeds then 3-0 and another step towards trying to get that second place spot. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. As always, thank you always to our Leeds Lately members. If you want to become a member and join that exclusive group, then hit that join button down below. As for videos, there will be... thank you very much, Akira. I really appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much for that. And yes, we are on our way, marching on to that second place finish. There will be a video on the channel in a bit, match reaction. And then there's a video on Monday, transfer video. And there'll be some more videos throughout next week and stuff as well. So plenty to look forward to, plenty to hit that subscribe button for. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately, and I'll see you next time.